Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below.
Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for defense and index for September month. Session will be quite interesting and important, so stay tuned with us till the end. Let's start. The first question is, the Energy Policy Institute at the University of Chicago has released Air Quality Life Index 2025 report, according to which the air pollution has emerged as the most severe health threat in India, reducing the country's average life expectancy by how much? By 3.5 years. Take a note of this. Next, in September, the National Institute for Transforming India, that is Niti Aayog's Frontier Tech Hub, has released the 4th edition of their flagship Future Front Quarterly Insights report titled Introduction to 2D Materials. This report was developed by FTH along with which institute? It was developed by IISc Bengaluru. Right, and this report has been launched to drive the awareness about the significant 2D materials that could reduce and redefine the future of industries from semiconductors to quantum technologies. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding India's Sample Registration System Bulletin 2023 released by the Office of the Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India in September. If we look at the option here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, identify the Indian state that has the largest outstanding credit portfolio for the small businesses at 6 lakh crore rupees as per the joint report Small Business and Spotlight released by SIDBI and Credit Bureau CRIF High Mark in September 2025. So, identify that Indian state that has the largest outstanding credit portfolio for the small businesses at 6 lakh crore rupees. So, which is that state? It is Maharashtra state. Right? Take a note of it. And UP has registered the highest outstanding portfolio growth of 20.7% on year-on-year basis for the portfolios. Next, according to the National Statistics Office monthly bulletin of the Periodic Labour Force Survey for August released in September, what was the national unemployment rate for the individuals aged 15 years and above in August? So the unemployment rate here was 5.1%. Next, what is the rank of India in the 18th edition of the Global Innovation Index, that is Innovation at a Crossroads, released by World Intellectual Property Organization, that is WIPO, so released by WIPO. This is the 18th edition of the Global Innovation Index. What is the rank of India in this Global Innovation Index? India stands at 38th position, and it is Switzerland that secured the first position in this Global Innovation Index. Next, by which year can artificial intelligence increase global trade by nearly 40% according to the World Trade Report titled Making Trade and AI Work Together to the Benefit of All. This is released by World Trade Organization in September 2025. So, by which year AI can increase the global trade by nearly 40%? So, it is by 2040. Next, which of the following is not among the top 5 Indian states with the highest number of millionaire households in 2025, according to the Mercedes-Benz Hurun India Wealth Report and Luxury Consumer Survey 2025 released by Hurun India in September. So, which of the following is not among the top 5 Indian states? It is West Bengal, that is not among the top 5 here. If we look at the top 5, it is Maharashtra, then Delhi, then Tamil Nadu, then it is Karnataka, and Gujarat on the 5th position. Right? Next, mark the correct statement regarding the report, that is State Finances 22-23, a decadal analysis released by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. If we look at the option here, we have to find the correct statement. So option B is rightly mentioned here. It is saying option A, Andhra Pradesh recorded the highest revenue surplus. No, it is UP that recorded the highest revenue surplus. And it is not Uttar Pradesh that recorded the largest revenue deficit, it is Andhra Pradesh that recorded the largest revenue deficit. Now all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, mention the organization which predicted India's GDP growth forecast by 40 basis point to 6.7% for FY26 in their interim report, and this is the report mentioned here. Which is that organization? It is OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Next, in September, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has released the 4th edition of the Children in India 2025. It was during the 29th edition of the Conference of Central and State Statistical Organization in Chandigarh. Question is, identify the correct statement among the following. If we see here, option C is rightly mentioned here. If we look at option A and B, A is saying that India's infant mortality rate decreased from 44 deaths per 1000 live births to in 2011 to just 35 in 2023. So it is not 35 but 25 in 2023. Now option A is right. B is saying India's under 5 mortality rate was estimated at 20 in 2023 compared to 30 in 2022. So it is estimated at 29 in 2023 compared to 30 in 2022. Now option B is also right and C was already right. Next, which organization released the 8th edition of the Environmental Accounts Report titled Environment Accounting on Forest 2025 during the 29th Central Conference and State Statistical Organization held in Chandigarh? So, which organization released the 8th edition here? It was released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Right? Next, one more thing here, remember, it is Kerala state where we saw the highest increase of forest cover. Right? Highest increase. Next, so students, these were some your index. Now let's move to the defense related questions. First is, mention the place where the 14th exercise of exercise Maitri, that is a joint annual military exercise, was held between Indian Army and Royal Thai Army that took place in September 2025. So among the following, it is Umroi, Meghalaya. This is the location where we saw the 14th edition of the exercise Maitri that took place. Next, in August, which system developed by the High Energy Materials Research Laboratory of DRDO for Kalvari class submarines of Indian Navy was held over to Rear Admiral Rupak Barau to strengthen India's underwater warfare capabilities? So, which system developed by the High Energy Material Research Laboratory? What is the name of that system? It is your Naval Flare System. Important, take a note of it. Next is, mention the company that secured defense and technology orders worth 644 crore rupees across areas such as data centers, ship fire control systems, tank navigation systems, communication equipments and electronic voting machines. So mention that company. It is Bharat Electronics Limited. Next, mention the name of the joint military exercise held between the armies of India and USA. The exercise was held where? In Alaska in USA. What is the name of that exercise? It is Yudh Abhyas. Exercise is Yudh Abhyas. And one more thing, this is the 21st edition of this exercise Yudh Abhyas. Next, mention that company that built the 11th ammunition cum torpedo cum missile barge, large sized ammunition missile barge launched by the Indian Navy in Thane, Maharashtra. So mention that company. It is Suryadipta Projects Private Limited. Take a note of it. Next is, what is the estimated revenue of the revenue procurements for 25-26 as per the Defence Procurement Manual approved by the Ministry of Defence in September to improve the procurement process and operational readiness of the armed forces? It is 1 lakh crore rupees, right? This is the estimated revenue of the revenue procurements for FY26. Next, where did the Indian Navy commission their new naval-based facility named Indian Naval Ship Aravali in the ceremony held in September? If we look at the options here, it is Gurugram, Haryana, right? This is the location where INS Aravali was commissioned. Next, mention the company that built Androth, that is the second of the 8th anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft received by the Indian Navy in September. Which is that company that developed this Androth? It is Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. And headquarter of this is in Kolkata, West Bengal. Also, Kolkata is termed as the safest city in India. And which is the most unsafe city of India? It is Kochi. Kochi is in Kerala. Right? Next, identify the company which built the DSC A22, the third ship of the 5-ship diving support craft project launched by the Indian Navy at Titagarh in Kolkata. So identify that company. So it is, as it is Titagarh, it is your Titagarh Rail Systems Limited. So students, these were your important current affairs. Now it's time for the revision part. Let's move on to the revision.
Mention the company that signed a memorandum of understanding with Federation of Indian Export Organization to enhance e-commerce export potential of MSMEs in India. It is Amazon India. This collaboration will establish a dedicated e-commerce export task force to create a policy and infrastructure roadmap that will enable the seller readiness and increase awareness about e-commerce export opportunities. Next, what is the real GDP growth projection for India for calendar year 25 as announced by Goldman Sachs Group's incorporation in August 2025? So it is projected to grow by 6.5%. Earlier, or one more thing, for calendar year 26, it is projection is 6.4%. Next, where will Bharat Earth Movers Limited manufacture the country's premium Vande Bharat, Amrit Bharat and Metro Rail coaches as announced by the state's Chief Minister in August 2025? So it will be in Madhya Pradesh, right? And Dr. Mohan Yadav ji, he announced this announcement, correct? And he is the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Next, identify the company that has signed a teaming agreement with German firm High Performance Space Structure Systems GmbH to co-develop and supply deployable antenna reflector subsystems for advanced satellite applications in India. So identify that company. It is Paras Defense and Space Technologies Limited. This agreement has been signed between the two entities for initial term of 2 years with possibility for further expansion. Also, this strategic partnership marks a major step in India's journey towards self-reliance in space technologies that aligns with Prime Minister's Narendra Modi's Atmanirbhar Bharat vision and also Make in India initiative. Next, mention the entity that has signed a memorandum of understanding with Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited to implement India's first 5G captive non-public network in the refinery sector. It is what? It is your Numaligarh Refinery Limited. Take a note of this. This collaboration aims to implement India's first 5G captive non-public network in the refinery sector to deliver secure, ultra-reliable and real-time industrial connectivity. Next, mention the name of the country from which Bharat Earth Movers Limited secured the first overseas rail and metro contract worth $1 million for retrofitting and reconditioning their mass rapid transit system. It is Malaysia. Next, mention the company that partnered with French satellite service provider Eutelsat to deliver OneWeb low Earth orbit satellite connectivity across India. It is Nelco Limited. Next, identify the company that in partnership with L&T announced a strategic collaboration with the government of Andhra Pradesh and industry partners to develop India's first Quantum Valley Tech Park in Amravati, Andhra Pradesh. Which is it? It is LTI Mindtree. Take a note of this. India's first Quantum Valley Tech Park in Amravati, Andhra Pradesh. Next, what was India's retail inflation in July measured by CPI as per the Consumer Price Index for rural urban combined for month of July released by NSO, National Statistics Office. So what was the India's retail inflation? It was 1.55%. Next, identify the company that signed an agreement with Suzlon Energy Limited for the development of 700 megawatt wind energy project in Anandpur district of Andhra Pradesh. It is Tata Power Renewable Energy Limited. Even Tata Advanced Systems Limited, students remember, they are setting up a semiconductor manufacturing fabrication unit that is in Dholera. Dholera is in Gujarat. Next, mention the company that became the first Indian company to join International Council on Mining and Metals in the month of August. It is Hindustan Zinc Limited, right? And this marks the first new member since the Boliden Swedish company joined in 2021. Next is which company has signed a non-binding heads of agreement with POSCO Group to jointly explore setting up a 6 million tons per annum integrated steel plant in India through a 50-50 joint venture. I repeat, recently which company signed this non-binding heads of agreement? It was signed by JSW Steel Limited. Take a note of this, and it is to jointly explore setting up a 6 million ton per annum integrated steel plant in India through a 50-50 joint venture. Next, the SEBI extended the timeline for the implementation of a framework related to the process of margin obligations through pledge and repledge within the depository systems to what? To 10th of October 2025. And here remember, this framework is related to the process of margin obligations through pledge and repledge within the depository system, and it is from 10th of October 2025. Instead of their initial deadline that was 1st of September, that was changed to 10th of October. Next, India's credit rating agency ICRA Limited projected India's GDP to grow in the first quarter to what? It is 6.7%. Next, mention the name of the airline company with which Indian Oil Corporation Limited signed a memorandum of understanding for the supply of sustainable aviation fuel. It is with Air India. And here this development came after the IOCL. It became the first Indian oil company to get the International Sustainability and Carbon Certification, right? Take a note of this. Next, which company became the first Indian company from the energy sector to join the Renewable Energy 100 initiative, taking a major step in the clean energy? It is the Suzlon Group, right? And this RE100 initiative, right? It is a global platform that brings together leading businesses committed to running entirely on the renewable electricity. Next, according to the report released by which of the following in August 2025, the Indian economy may have recorded a growth rate of around 6.8 to 7% in the first quarter from April to June of FY26. So according to the report, which of the following Indian economy? It is SBI Research. Correct? Next, identify the company that has signed a memorandum of understanding with Japanese company Mitsui OSK Lines Limited, right, to that is Trade Walls Incorporation, to strengthen the cooperation in automobile trade between India and Africa. It is Suzuki Motor Corporation, right? And this MOU, it was signed during the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development that was held in Yokohama, Japan. And this MOU will focus on identifying the existing challenges in the automobile trade operations between India and Africa. Also, here various potential solutions will be explored that will include digitalization and promoting decarbonization. Next, mention the finance company that sanctioned a term loan of 199.7 crore rupees to Surat Integrated Transport Development Corporation Limited for developing India's first international standard multimodal transport hub in Surat, Gujarat. So mention that finance company. It is Indian Railway Finance Corporation, IRFC. That is India's first international standard multimodal transport hub, and it is located where? In Surat, Gujarat. Next, to develop Engineers India Limited, they have signed an MOU with National Power Corporation of India Limited in August. So it is to develop Bharat small modular reactors, right? These are small nuclear reactors, and as per the MOU, EIL Engineers India Limited will provide the engineering service requirement for the development of these small modular reactors, that is your Bharat small modular reactors. Next, according to August 2025 issue of EY Economic Watch released by Ernst & Young in August, India could become the world's second largest economy in terms of the purchasing power parity by which year? This will happen by the year 2038. Which public sector bank in India has signed a memorandum of understanding with FSI to launch a customized web-based payment platform named FSI Payment Solution? It is Bank of Baroda. Next, mention the company that launched India's first passive flexi-cap fund in August, developed in partnership with National Stock Exchange, which combines quality stocks and dynamic market cap allocation based on the momentum. So, which is that? Mention that company. It is DSP Mutual Fund. Next, in August, RBI has imposed a monetary penalty of what amount on ICICI Bank Limited for breaching the regulatory guidelines. So, the penalty that was imposed was of 75 lakh rupees. Next, name the single window gateway proposed by SEBI in August to ease regulatory process for foreign portfolio investors. So, which is it? It is Swagat FI. FI is your foreign investors, right? And Swagat is SEBI single window automatic and generalized access for trusted foreign investors. Next, identify the first miscellaneous NBFC in India to surpass a business turnover of 1 lakh crore rupees in August 2025. It is your Kerala State Financial Enterprise. Next, in August, NABARD Dash and Aqua Exchange Agritech Private Limited has signed a memorandum of understanding aiming to integrate shrimp farmers into the formal credit system by offering low interest, collateral free crop loans, reducing the reliance on the formal lending. So, NABARD along with Kerala State Finance, along with Kerala is it not Kerala, along with Andhra Pradesh Gramin Bank, right? I correct, along with Andhra Pradesh Gramin Bank and Aqua Exchange Agritech Private Limited, they have signed this MOU to integrate shrimp farmers into the formal credit system. And here loan disbursement of up to 25 crore rupees in collateral free loans will be disbursed to 100 shrimp farmers within 3 to 6 months with an initial sanction of 1.25 crore rupees to 5 farmers. Next, which bank entered into a strategic partnership with CAMSPay to launch a new digital payment gateway platform targeting Indian enterprises? It is RBL Bank. Next, in August, Paytm Payment Service Limited, they have received in principle approval from RBI to operate what under the Payments and Settlement Act of 2007. It was your what online payment aggregator. Next, RBI, they have allowed NRIs holding special rupee Vostro accounts to invest their surplus rupee balances in what? In government securities and treasury bills. Important news, take a note of this, and this has came into effect immediately. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the introduction of a circular of continuous clearing and settlement realization in CTS by RBI in August 2025. Right, so mark the correct statement. A is right, B is right here. Next, identify the company with which HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company Limited partnered in August to launch an affordable health insurance solution with an aim to expand health insurance coverage to the underserved citizens in India. It is your PhonePe. Next is name the insurance plan launched by SBI Life Insurance Company Limited in August that is designed for growing needs of the customers. It is SBI Life Smart Shield Plus. Then next is National Small Industries Corporation Limited. They have signed a memorandum of understanding with several private sector banks to streamline financing and support the growth of which sector? It is your for which sector? It is for MSME sector, micro, small and medium enterprise. Next is in August, which bank launched a special personal loan scheme for the Agniveers, providing a preferential banking services to the armed force personnel on the occasion of the 79th Independence Day. Which is that bank? It is your State Bank of India. Next, mention the country with whose capital markets regulators provided the license to Kotak Mahindra Limited, allowing the bank to sell investment funds and portfolios to onshore retail investors. It is UAE, United Arab Emirates. Next, you have to find the correct statement regarding the report on UPI transactions released by State Bank of India in August. If we look at the options here, option A is right and C is right, B is wrong. Next, in collaboration with which payment cards entity did Bank of Maharashtra, they have launched a co-branded credit card to offer customers a premium and rewarding shopping experience across diverse segments. It is SBI cards. Next, in August, Exim Bank, that is Export and Import Bank of India, has signed a $40 million commercial credit line agreement with the Africa-based ECOWAS Bank for Investment Development to support the development projects across Asia. Next is mention the bank that became the first Indian public sector bank to migrate their corporate website to secure.bank.in in August. So it is your it is your Punjab National Bank that became the first bank to shift to this new domain.